When one goes through of Weinberg's Responsa, the Siridei Eish, and I understand from my reading that a lot of his works from Berlin were not preserved, and we only have a part of the great collection of his writings. When one looks at that work, the Siridei Eish, is there a shift in the issues and his tone from pre-war to post-war? And if so, what is that shift? What do you sense in that shift from pre-war to post-war?
Remember, Siridei Eish includes a lot of different things. It's very likely that much of his most important work was lost. Some of it was smuggled out, but at the point where the Nazis told him, "We want you out of here," they did not allow him to take suitcases, to take clothing with him. But his focus was always on several different things. Part of what he did was Talmud scholarship. You take a classic essay that's really more like a book, first of all, Siridei Eish, the so-called Kuntras Ha'idit. The text in Exodus 22 speaks about payment for certain kinds of torts, certain kinds of damages, as being from the best quality field, Idit, Metav, in Aramaic was called Idit. What exactly that meant was subject of Talmudic discussion. Weinberg wrote at length on that subject, which makes his work very important if you're studying those Talmudic passages. He also went through the various translations, be it Aramaic, be it Greek, whereas the usual yeshivish approach was to ignore that material or to poo-poo it. He, like Rabbi Hoffman, took these things seriously, whether he rejected certain views or accepted certain views. He took them seriously, and that's a major part of his work. His interest in the history of the Targumim, the Aramaic translations, was something which brought him in contact with what we call the academic world. There also are articles about Moser, which are written early and written late. And there were Responsa in the traditional sense, where he was asked certain questions and he responded to those questions. In the 20s, he was responding to people in Germany. In the 20s and 30s, he was also functioning in a somewhat official capacity. And that means that in terms of what he published and what he said publicly, very often he wanted to coordinate that with the major Eastern European authorities.